Hello everybody, welcome to Dave's Skillet. Today we're making spaghetti, my special spaghetti. Oh yeah. This one's going to have some rib meat. I don't know how to make it any other way. This is marinating in this stuff here, Grill Mates pork rub. You can use whatever meat you like. You can use beef ribs, bacon back ribs if you have them available. Whatever you like. Today's spices are going to be quite a few. I'll start naming them off to you. Italian seasoning, one teaspoon. Crushed red peppers, 1 teaspoon. Basil, 1 teaspoon. Everything's going to be 1 teaspoon. There's a reason. Thyme. Oregano. Black pepper. Spanish smoked paprika. Fennel, ground. Onion powder. And garlic powder. I'm also going to drop in some minced garlic. I'm going to grill these up on all 4 sides. And then I'm going to put them in this pot of boiling water. The water's got a tablespoon of sea salt and a tablespoon, actually 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. The good stuff. Now the sauce is going to contain Italian stewed tomatoes, Campbell's vegetable soup, and Campbell's tomato soup. I'm not making a huge amount of it. It's going to be a small pot. So if you have a crowd of people to make for, all you have to really do is just double the recipe or triple the recipe depending on how many you have. Obviously 3 ribs wouldn't be enough for a huge crowd of people. You'd have to buy more ribs. And that's okay. You just add more of everything to the pot. I'm using mushrooms, just the mushroom pieces. I'd say about 1.5 cups. I'll be sauteing them. I'm also using 1 medium yellow onion. I'm using almost 2 tomatoes chopped and diced with green chili. I'm going to get a grill mark on these. Kind of a grill mark. Just want to sear the meat and not cook it thoroughly through. That way the flavor won't escape. The sauce will also have cut green beans. And I'll have to play it by ear from there. I wanted to get Heinz vegetable soup, but I couldn't get Heinz, so I had to settle for Campbell's. Heinz is the original recipe for this, and I got to make do sometimes because I can't get certain things. So just don't carry it. There's not a whole lot I can do. We'll be done here in a minute with this. Meat's just about ready to go in the pot. In it goes. Where it stops, no one knows. There we go. Just cover that. I'm going to add some water. Just a bit. That's to loosen everything up. And I'm going to drop some butter in there. As soon as that's melted, I'm going to throw the onions in there and get them sauteed. The water is going to evaporate and leave behind all that goodness. Now the mushrooms I bought, those are the pieces and they're a bit thick. So what I did was I just sliced them and made them thinner than what they were. Now you can buy the whole mushrooms, you can buy whatever mushrooms you like. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. I got these on sale, so that's the way I bought those. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the onions in. I'm going to go ahead and just do all of them. That's one medium yellow onion that I'm going to saute till they're translucent. Once that happens, I'll add the mushroom, just before they turn translucent, to get this heated up real good. You're going to soak up all that goodness from the meat and the marinade of the meat. I'm using 2 cups of water, bottled water, and 1 beef bouillon cube. That's the size I'm using, so you'll understand what bouillon cube I'm using. They come in this packet like this from Knorr. Now we throw in the mushrooms, spread them around. I'll also be adding black olives later in the sauce. The meat's going to take about an hour. I'll set the timer for that. Got that on 3.5 on my electric burner. For the rear for the water. Right there. That's 3.5 power. and drop this down to 5 on the front pan. So with all this going, it's going to go in there with the meat. As everything will go in there. The noodles I'm going to use today are medium egg noodles. I kind of like that. I want to try those out for this. I was going to use tagliatelle, but I changed my mind. When I saw those, I decided I'll use that just to see how that works out. You can use whatever noodles you like. That is going to be up to you. There we go. Wipe that off. I'm not going to wash the pan out, because it's a lot of goodness, a lot of flavor in there I'm going to save. The mushrooms and onions are going to give a lot of flavor. I'm going to get the sauce going, and then that'll go in with the meat. Want to get it all in there. Don't miss anything. I'm going to add the spices to this in just a few minutes. That's pretty thick, that one. I think this will probably work out fairly well. As soon as this gets hot, I'm going to add that to the pot. Bring it to a simmer, and in it goes. I'll be right back. Okay, I've poured the sauce into the main pot. I'm going to start adding the rest of the stuff, like the spices. They get to go in now. Give that a good stir. Oh, that smells gorgeous. Want my stewed tomatoes in there. And that's a 14.5 ounce kit. That's going to be real good. Put in these tomatoes. All a good stir. Now that's got to reduce down, I would say, like half of what it is right now. So it's going to be cooking for quite a while. So I'll put that lid just like that. It's not completely covering it. It's just enough. I got to add the rest of the veggies here. Got some cut green beans I'm going to put in it. And those. I drain the water off of that. I like cut green beans. You don't have to put those in, but that's just one of my preferences. I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera, and we'll come back in 50 minutes. Of course, that'll be like seconds for you. So don't go anywhere. Good morning and welcome to Dave's Kitchen. This is part 2 of this recipe. The next morning, last night I tried a bit of the ribs, and all I can say is OMG. They melted like warm butter in my mouth. They were that tender. I used a plastic spoon, and this spoon here broke it like unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Today I'm going to use the paste. What am I saying? I'm not awake yet. And see about thickening this up a bit. Put that in there. A little bit later I'm going to add some clove. I'll add 3. I won't add any more than that. And I'm going to put them in my tea strainer so I don't have to fish them out. I got to fish out the bay leaves. I put 5 bay leaves in this mix, and I'll have to fish those out. I think there's one right there at the surface that I can get at. Hey, we got one out. That's one. This is like trying to pull out glue. That's it. That's enough. I may have to add 2 of these, but I'm only going to add them one at a time, just in case. In case I don't need to add 2. There we go. That's one. Let's see if I can find those bay leaves in here. I'm going to go ahead and put the meat back in, and I'm going to put the sauce that I heated them in aside for a future recipe. I'm not going to throw anything out. I will simply refrigerate it, possibly freeze it for a later date, because it'll make a great soup or another go at making some pasta. So always try to think in those terms. Don't throw things away. Keep them, you never know. This is so full of flavor, it'd be a sin to throw it out. Making a mess here on my stovetop. And then, okay, that is so perfect. so much flavor in that. I can see the flavor in it. If you don't have one of these skimmers, you want to get one. Just go to the dollar shop. Dollar Tree sells them. They are so vital. I knocked that one to the ground. Sounded like a cymbal. Holy cow, where'd it go? Right behind me. Okay. Put that in the sink. I don't need that now anyway. Okay, we'll get this stirred up. It's going to have to go probably another hour, I would say, for thickening. So I'll set the timer for it. And then I'll pause the video, which means we'll be right back instantaneously. It's like I said yesterday, this recipe pretty much takes all day, and it takes 2 days. Okay, that is already starting to thicken up quite a bit, so yeah, who knows? I might not have to add another tin of pasta to it. Or paste. So I guess I need another tin of tomato paste. I was calling it pasta this morning when I woke up. Pasta on the head. Tomato paste is what I meant to say. So 2 tins of tomato paste. I can't seem to get anything bigger than these 6-ounce jobs. I'd like to find a 12-ounce job if I could. Just the market across the street doesn't carry it in that size. There's another bay leaf. I get all them fished out. The gravy is starting to be gravy, which is what we want. Just the consistency of gravy. I cooked some pasta last night, just a handful, in the sauce that I was heating my meat in, and I gotta say, it was pretty good. So I will probably do the rest of them today that way. You don't have to do it that way, but I will say this, you might want to give it a try. And then still save it, even though you cook pasta in it. That's just all the more flavor in that water, and that's good. Get a little puddle right there. There we go. Oh yes, just splashed myself. I will say it's hot. I'm going to turn this down to low while it goes that hour. I don't think it needs any more heat than that. Just let it simmer for the next hour, and then it'd be done by then, totally. I'm pretty sure. Just remember, 2 days. Okay, the gravy is done. I removed the meat from the pot. I'm just showing you how easy to, with a plastic spoon, mind you, to break this meat up. Oh yeah. That is like butter, literally. And that's 2 hours in the oven. Or in the pot rather. Cooking time, 2 hours. This is just cutting real easy. trying not to break it because I don't want it to crumble on me. Oh, like that. It's already breaking up. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. This one's got a bit of fat on it, so yeah, I'll have to just pull that off. There we go. That one wasn't going to cooperate at all. Okay, there. Got a bit of fat on there. I'll go ahead and just pull that off if I can. I have to use a spoon, I guess. Oh, yep, got to pull it right off. Right tool for the job. There. Don't really need that. Oh man, that is so good. The few people that I know here who are going to share this with me today are in for one heck of a treat. I wish some of you could be here, but this is the way it is. I hope you try this recipe. I think you will enjoy it and come to love it. You can move that off the heat to the back, put it on low back there, because I need this button here to do the pasta. I got to bring this up to speed. It's not really going quick enough on that small burner. I really like these noodles I tried last night. They're pretty good. Gonna have to get a bowl for this. Get this out of the way. Put the bowl there. Need a knife now. For each serving. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do it. And if I need some more, I'll just pull this back out and add what I need. Bring this up to a boil, and then add the noodle, add the pasta. Ooh, that stove is getting hot. Right there. Whew. That's the heat from this front burners that we're doing. That is really, really good. I can show this to you. That's how thick it should be. Just like that. Okay, that's boiling. I can start adding the pasta. Here we go. That shouldn't take too long. About 10 minutes. And we'll be back in 10. Okay, that's pretty much it. All I have to do is plate up, or bowl up in this case, but we'll use a plate. I strain the noodles out of the sauce, or out of the water. And what's left over in that pot, in this pot here, I'm going to save this one. That's total flavor in there. Stove is off. Actually, what I'm going to do is add my cheese to the noodles. A little bit of olive oil, just a drop, really. That's it. That's a howdy doody. Don't want to go crazy. Let me just stir that in. Oh, they are looking gorgeous, let me tell you. And the smell? Wow. The smell is saying, eat me now. Going to use some mozzarella cheese and some Parmesan. That's the mozzarella. That's the Parmesan that I'll be using. You can use whatever you can find. It's pretty much how I roll here. If I can find the good stuff, I use the good stuff. Some cheeses, it's very hard for me to find in this area. So, and then use that as an optional idea. Whatever cheese, if you get Italian cheeses, use them. Absolutely use them. We'll give that a bit of a toss. Let those cheeses blend and or melt. Oh yeah, that didn't take long. The noodles are roasting hot. So now I can put that on a plate. I'm not putting much because, quite frankly, I can't eat a whole lot. I try sometimes, but it's like, I dip that into the gravy just for some extra flavor on the meat. And it'll boost the temperature up on that meat. Now I need my ladle. And we just ladle that right on there. You can put more on there if you like. Totally up to you. And that's it. Total time, 4 hours. Well, actually 2 days. 4 hours actual cooking time. You can't do that any quicker. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it's going to work out. So bon appetit. Enjoy.